Welcome back, guys. So, in today's episode, we're going to be analyzing GBP CHF. We're analyzing GBP CHF. So now, the first thing I want to do is to check for the latest break of structure. I want to check for the latest break of structure. When I mean a break of structure, I want to see a candle break, not a wick break. Okay. So now this is. So I've seen something here. This is my sweep. This is my sweep, liquidity sweep. This is my impulse pullback, break of structure. Okay, so I've seen my break of structure here. It's my break of structure here. You see, price has broken with a full body candle. And let me bring this down. I'll explain that. Let me just explain that. Okay, I'll explain that in the course of the video. And that is my full body break of structure. Okay, now look at this again. This is my sweep. Alright, this is my sweep. Okay, and then this is another impulse, the first impulse, my pullback, and then break of structure, right? Break of structure. Oh, yeah. So, but guess what? I won't be considering this as a break of structure. That's the problem. Now look at this break of structure. This is not a candle break. This is a wick break. So you can see, I will say, you will see that as a sweep also, a sell side liquidity sweep. Okay, a real break of structure must break with a and close with a body, not a wick. So that means this is still part of this move here. Everything here is still part of this leg. This is still part of this leg. Still one leg. Still one leg. Still the same structure. Alright. So now coming back to this now, like I said, I was going to explain this. Now this is what I trade. This is how I trade. Okay. Now what I want to see is very easy. It's very simple. Very, very simple. So now this is here. First of all, I want to see a sweep of liquidity here. Okay. I want to see a sweep of liquidity here. Then my impulse, which is the A. I'm going to circle that out for us. This is my impulse. This is impulsive move. That's the impulsive move here. Okay. I don't want to use the circle, but this is the impulsive move. This is the first leg is the impulsive move. And label that for us. So I'm just waking up, guys. Just let me do this tutorial. Some of us might need it. Okay, let's try the ellipse too. So this is my impulsive move. Okay, that's my impulsive move. And then impulse pullback. Don't forget break of structure. This is my pullback. Okay, the impulse, that's the pullback, and then break of structure. Not this break of structure here, right? Not this break of structure here. Not this. Is not a structure. Alright, this is a pullback structure. It's not a structure, not this. Not this. I mean, the break of structure from the origin of the move. A break of structure from the origin of the move, which is going to come probably from somewhere here. Okay, that is what I always like to mark with my thin line. Okay, impulse, pullback, the break of structure. So now we've seen that here. Impulse, pullback, break of structure, impulse, pullback, break of structure. But the second one did not give us a nice break of structure. So we always expect to close with a full body, not a wick. And now instead of price doing this for us, it has now, instead of being the other block. Okay. In fact, as we can see, look at this. Impulse, alright, impulse, pullback, path, impulsive move, the pullback, the break of structure, okay, then POI, and it came and swept, then break again. Okay, so I'm going to explain this in details. Let me quickly so I'm going to explain this in details. So this is it here. This is first move, probably to induce buyers or sellers, but at this point I want to be using a bearish case. Stop hunts, liquidity sweep, whatever you would like to call it. Okay. Now impulse. Okay. Pullback. Okay. Break of structure. Okay. Now let's see our structure was coming from here. Our structure started from somewhere here. Let's say our structure started from somewhere here. Okay. Let's say this was the starting point of our structure. So now I'm seeing impulse, pullback, break of structure. Now let me analyze this. Like I'll analyze my trade and take a trade. And this, I've seen my sweep here. This is the sweep here. I don't want this video to be long. I've seen my sweep here. Very clean, very simple. Okay, that is my sweep. Now, impulse. This is my impulse, as we both seen. This is my impulse. Okay, then this is my pullback. And then this is the break of structure. Pullback that led to the break of structure. Okay, this is the break of structure. I would like to mark that tick line, not the bottom line. Now let me delete this. The impulse, the sweep, impulse, the pullback, the break of structure. Okay. Now, what am I looking at now? Since I have everything I need, I have the impulse, I have the pullback, I have the break of structure. Then this pullback is going to be my what? Liquidity. Some people say it's structural liquidity, but whatever you like to call it, it's your business. It's up to you, as long as you know what you're doing. call it liquid structural liquidity, but in normal terms it's just liquidity. Okay, whatever liquidity you like to call it, it's a business. So now we've gotten our liquidity over there. Now my point of interest is going to be above my liquidity zone. It's going to be what? Above my liquidity zone. Okay, so now this is it. This is my POI for the next sale. Okay, it's going to be my POI for the next sale. Now I'll wait for price to rally up there. Price will rally up there. Price is rallying, rally, rally, rallying, and tap. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to take my entry. I won't just take my entry. Okay, there's a confirmation I need. First of all, I need a confirmation. Now what is that confirmation? I hop onto the 5 minutes and I do this. Okay, let me stop here for now. And I hop onto the 5 minutes. This is going to be my confirmation from 4 hours down to the 5 minutes. This is what I want to see. Another fair value gap and then sell. Okay, it's just the simple thing I want to see. A sweep. I want to see a sweep. Break, change of character, and then a fair value gap for my entry. Fair value gap, and then I pick my entry. I pick my entry. So if I see something like this, which is a trend line liquidity for me, this is most probably a trend line liquidity for me, and I'm going to target to the end of the trend line. Target to the end of the trend line. Okay, and then that is going to be the trade for me. So now same thing that happened here. Same thing I put in this place. This was impulse pullback, and that pullback was what? Liquidity. This was liquidity here. I'm marking that because it's higher than the previous one. Impulse pullback, then break of structure. Break of structure. Okay. Impulse pullback, break of structure. Alright. And the market came back and mitigated here. And then came back and swept this guy. So now let's go to the 5 minutes and see if the market would have given us an entry. That's like I said, I don't want this video to be too long so that we don't get bored. Alright, and this is it. We're on the 5 minute chart right now. We're on the 5 minute chart. So right now this is it. This is a sweep. And then this is a brick of structure. I'll be change of character. Change of character. Fair value gap. And then willingness to sell. I said after that first sell candle, I was gonna take the trade, but I didn't. I missed this trade. Stop loss right here. It's going to be the stop loss. Okay. And then fold it down. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Man, it's crazy. Winding down here. That's almost 1:4. So back to the video of today. I've seen a market structure shift. Market structure shift. Is a market structure shift here. It's a market structure shift because price came and broke it and closed above it and continue being bullish. Now we've seen the market structure shift. This is now going to be my what? Liquidity or inducement, whatever. Okay. So now I'm going to be expecting price to do what? To come back down here and mitigate that zone. And then get my proper entry for the buy. I'm expecting price to come back here. Come back here and do this in the 5 minutes. Okay. Come back and do this on the 5 minutes. What will be my target? My target is going to be this first high as an external liquidity. It's going to be my first target. So whatever happens, I'm going to be taking a trade. It might probably happen today. Yeah. Most probably today. Okay. So I have my target. And that is that for today on GBP Chef. GBP Chef. Yeah. So that's all we're doing today. So guys, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my daily updates, and make sure you're watching, make sure you're understanding, make sure you're making profits. All right.